Okay, good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to yet another live streaming session uh, on Market Insights. So, today's session, as you can see, is all about Canadian CPI. As such, the market has been very slow in the morning, but right now it is picking up the pace as we, yeah, good evening. Uh, yes, hello and welcome to every single person who has joined in, and to those who will be watching this particular live stream as a recorded session. So, welcome to you all. I suppose there is no trouble in the audio and the video. If there is, kindly post it in the chat box so that I know. Okay, thank you very much, Amon, for the confirmation. I guess we will just start right now. Okay. So today's session, Canadian CPI. All right. So we will just go through what has happened in the last week. Okay, and what's going to happen in this particular week, along with what to expect exactly, right? Because a lot of things have happened in this particular week, and we can expect so much of movement yet, which has not been confirmed. Okay, so last week was all good. Started slow with all the bank holidays due to some particular holiday. I don't know. It's Easter Monday, yeah. So on Easter Monday, Monday was closed. Then Tuesday it started with slowly. Then on Wednesday we got CPI. CPI was completely thrashed. Okay, it was lower than expectations, and in the short term there was quite an opportunity for the risk assets to go up, and only in the short term, because then the USD recovered somehow, right? Then we saw FOMC meeting minutes again. It was, I personally believe that all these meeting minutes is supposedly somewhat tailored to the needs of the market, and it indeed was. If you will go through the minutes, you'll understand that many of the members were still hawkish in their in their judgment, in their statements, right? So overall it was there, and we saw some recovery also, and then we saw certain Australian dollar impact was good. The GDP was okay. It was lower than forecasted number, but it's okay. It's fair enough. But the problem was here that constantly the manufacturing production is down, industrial production is down, and that creates a trouble for this particular economy. Currently, a lot of services in the industry is not facing much of trouble, because services industry is quite capable of starting up. There are lesser parameters when services industry is considered, okay, for production as such. So we see a good amount of recovery in services, also in the American economy, if we are talking about it. Later on, we saw PPI was again under consideration, and it was lower than the forecasted number, and that was quite something. Okay, let me change this particular screen. Yeah. So yes, this was something, I would say, nail on the coffin. I would say, because it was lower. The PPI is lower, and not only monthly, but the core as well as the normal PPI which you're talking about, it is lower than the expected number. It does not, it is basically, PPI is a leading CPI indicator, as what we can understand from it. But it does provide us a slight uh, insight into what the CPI is going to be for the coming months. Okay, except for some weird, except for some particular event that is going to happen, maybe yet another, war scare, or any particular embargo that comes up, or any thing that comes up, which completely maneuvers the American economy into more inflation, and it induces more inflation in the American economy. uh, unless such events occur, it is safely assumed that now inflation is not a trouble as such for the American economy, and the Fed has done its job safely. We can say that because that their motives are only dual motives, right? So the first one is that they have to bring the price stability, okay, in the economy. The second one is the full employment, okay. So full employment is hardly achieved in any economy, although the economy is very strong right now. Okay, the employment numbers are still not coming down. Unemployment claims were higher, but the NFP data, which we consider in the first week of April, if you can see, where is it? Most probably it will be Friday, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it was positive actually. It was 236K, 8,000 more than the forecasted number. And till now, I would say that the forecasted amount was lower than what the NFP has delivered. So it is quite something. It's saying something about the employment market, about the labor market. Okay, and then later on, uh, yeah, here PPI. Okay, so PPI was lower. It suggests that in the coming months, I would say CPI would be quite under control, and that will be a trouble for those who are trading in the market. Okay, and those who are dependent upon, those who are thinking of investing in dollar, and those who have invested in dollar as a safe haven currency, right? So that might be a troublesome issue in the coming months. Okay, so that is the scenario. Apart from that, we have got G20 meetings. It's happening in one Asian country, I would say. So that is G20. Okay, I suppose it's happening in some Asian country. I don't remember exactly. G20 meetings were there. Okay, that's fine. Next, we got retail sales number negative. Okay, that was something. Again saying the same thing, that even though the labor market is increasing, there is somewhat pressure on the people as well, because of the uh, sustained inflation that has been in the last year. It has put up a psychological barrier in the minds of the people, and they are spending lesser and lesser. Okay, they are kind of saving, and that thrift behavior has come in into the people's minds. Okay, so that is again reflected in this particular number. Obviously it was negative, the expected amount, but not this much. Okay, so retail sales, core retail sales came down, not good for the currency, right? And then you got some members speaking Waller, right? And consumer sentiment led to somewhat of a recovery. Okay, somewhat of a recovery. Yes, the consumers are positive about it. So you'll see on the chart what day what happened. Okay, Monday. So Monday was okay. Empire State Manufacturing Index quite positive, good. What's the impact? We'll see on the chart, and then uh, we've got claim and cloud account change. Okay, done. Today there was something called German ZEW. Okay, ZEW is we- some dangerous, name, so I can't pronounce this properly. Zentrum First, or whatever it is. Basically, what it means is that it is a survey of institutional investors and analysts who are predicting what will be the economic outlook for Germany. Okay, so what is the outlook for Germany? What is the sentiment in Germany as such about relating to the economy, right? And how the people are going to invest, and how the people are going to but, acting into the markets. Okay, whether they are going to push in the money, or they are going to take it out, save that particular money for future use, what is going to happen? So basically the number has to be higher than the number expected. It was very low. Okay, so that is a troublesome issue for the euro currency. It basically did not have much impact. As I last checked, we will see what impact and how much impact it has sustained the euro currency against USD. So we'll see that as well. Now we are awaiting this particular thing, that is CPI, Consumer Price Index. Okay. Now, as we saw that there was an uh, oil production cut that was put up by the OPEC. Okay. So OPEC did put up a oil cut, which led to a smooth increase into the oil that we will just see in some time. Okay. And Canadian economy is also up to a large extent is based on light crude, so somewhat of a recovery has come in into CAD. But what will happen when the CPI comes out, or how much it is going to be? Because currently we don't see that much improvement can be made or much hikes can be done when it comes to. Okay, so when it comes to American Federal Reserve funds rate, uh, we don't usually, for the time being, there's a very high chance that there will be no more rate hikes as such. Except certain, you know, exigencies that might occur, uh, that will be completely, changing the market, or if affecting the market. Until and unless that happens, I would say rate hikes are going to be stopped for some time. Okay, and we will see what will happen. Okay, so CPI today, Canadian bank also basically follows American bank. Okay, in order to decide their own numbers. So Canada is basically 4.5, and this one is Federal Reserve is at 5 currently. Okay, interest rates, right? So what is going to be the current scenario? What are they going to do after this CPI? If it is coming higher than expected, whether they are going to increase the interest rate or not, or they are going to stay put and just let the inflation inflate itself. Okay, there is a situation called inflation is inflating itself away, so that is also a possibility. So they might wait for the CPI, they will look at the CPI, they will analyze what's the situation of the economy, and then they will move forward with it. Afterwards, we have got CPI year on year of GBP, that is the pound, and we can expect a good amount of movement tomorrow. Okay, for GBP. So that is a thing. Apart from that, USD unemployment claims every week. What's going to happen? Last one was higher than expected. What will happen in this week? We'll see. Okay, and what impact it will have, you'll also see that thing. Now Friday is important from the perspective of European and the British currency, because we've got manufacturing and services PMI of European currencies and GBP along with USD. Okay, so USD also we will get to know where exactly the manufacturing data stands. Okay, PMI is basically the Purchasing Managers Index, and what it suggests is that how much manufacturing is basically anticipated by the manufacturers. Okay, so how much activity is being uh, contemplated, or it is anticipated by the managers, that we will see. If it is higher than a certain number, let's say 50, so it is good for the economy. If it is lower than that, it's bad. Okay, so overall that we'll look at, and yeah, that's how the whole week will end. And something to note about here is euro. Okay, euro is something, good swings are coming in euro. We will see on the chart where it is. Okay, so let us just shift our focus and attention towards the charts. We'll go to euro first, because something is happening in euro. good swings, very good swings, upsides, straight, big candles. Good and good systems are also being developed. Good patterns are developed every single time it moves up, every single time it crosses over and crosses under. It is creating some form of a very good position for those who are day trading. So it is a really good setup that Euro provides right now. Okay, ignore these lines, I would say, because these are outdated. Let me just take them away. Okay, let us do some analysis on this. Okay, so let us start with this. Okay, look at this. Okay, completely a purely breakout strategy can work here. Okay, complete breakout, and it is providing it with such precision that you can actually work with it. Okay, you can actually work with it. This is the scenario. So let us pick this up. Let us pick this up. Good, right? We've got a very good trend line, 40 degrees. Then let's see a breakout. We wait for some time. There's a good hammer candle, okay? And then it goes up, inverted hammer, okay? And this is what happens if one does certain simple things. Now, this has happened multiple times, okay? Because I've been noticing this particular thing, and it is providing us such an amazing opportunities. Multiple times, it is providing us multiple opportunities. Now, in this case, can you spot what is happening here? Let us go down. Oh, I have missed that particular thing. Okay, so I'll just have to find it out again. No worries, we will see where we left it. Hmm? This was in this one, right? So I'll make a particular icon here. I will leave it here so that we can find it out in the smaller time frame, right? And where are we? Yes, we are here, right? Okay, somewhat in this manner, right? It is this. Okay. Now this is somewhat of a proper trend line. Okay, you can just understand how well it is functioning. And if new low has been made, I will update this so I can get a mm, faster signal here in this sense. And this is how it is happening. 3-5 structure and just breaks. So that is also an outstanding three-wave structure that we have seen here. Okay, so this one makes a low, goes for a higher high, makes a low, goes for a higher high, could not sustain this particular position. Okay, that is why a lot of doji candles have been formed, cannot sustain this level of price. Okay, then it goes down. Okay, it goes down, not much movement to be captured here, but still look at the extended movement here. Okay, look at the extended from this point to this point, extended position. We have got a very good movement here. Okay, so this is the scenario, and let us go in. Okay, this was completely mind blowing. Okay, this is 12th of April, 6 o'clock. I suppose CPI wala time. If it is, if I'm not wrong, CPI or something like that. So CPI came in completely lower. Similar things happen in other commodities and other currencies as well. So that also happened. Okay. If there is any trouble in the video or the audio, kindly post it in the chat box as such. Okay. Hello, Manthan. I suppose you are just joined in. Don't worry, we have just begun this particular session. Okay. So we were just discussing Euro USD, what's going to happen in that, and how it is providing an outstanding, movements, outstanding swings. Look at this particular candle. It was completely based on the market. It was based on news. However, if we see that it is an extended triangle, if you can say. Now, what will happen in this scenario? I will do this thing. Okay, okay. If I'm doing this, okay, what is happening? Nothing is happening. Okay, because this is a false breakout, and it is not providing us the amount of, uh, you know, portions that we need for a profitable trade as such. Now, again, I'm going to highlight that this particular session is only for education purposes. Okay, nothing that I say in this particular session, or nothing that I uh, do in this session, is from a perspective of trading, or is from a perspective of making people trade. It's all about learning what happens in the market. Okay, it's about learning, and it's about earning later, but learning first, right? So this is what has happened now. These two lines I've drawn just right now. Okay, I've not done this previously. Look at how these lines are functioning. If we can, just gauge from what is happening right now, because if these two connects and these two connects, okay, makes a line, and these lines are providing absolute support here, absolute supports here. Okay, don't worry about the resistance, because the movement has already failed upside. Okay, somewhere around this there is a resistance. Okay, the movement has failed upside. Now it has formed a very good gravestone. Okay, you've seen this, if I'm not wrong. Okay, you already seen this particular thing. I've shown you on multiple times. Okay, the price action has already failed here. Okay, in this sense, then it has come down and is taking support. In this particular scenario, it is taking support on a lower trend line. Okay, now this is not where we are going to understand the market. Okay, this is not where we are going to learn how to make money. What we are going to do is learning how to be patient. Consider how many candles are there. Okay, let me show you how many candles are there, and let me show you the whole time frame, and to the point where I'm just looking at the chart. I'm not doing anything, because there is nothing to be done here. Okay, what should we do? There's nothing to be done here, right? So 6 hours 25 minutes, nothing to be done. Okay, but what we see is there is a support here. Okay, on this particular line we have established a fact. Okay, now this fact will help us in our trading. Okay, we don't have to be pushing ourselves, and putting out a trade just to, you know just for the sake of it, or just for that fun element. Okay, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is wait and learn first, right? Mm. So, what if we wait? We wait, we know that CPI is going to come out at around 6. Okay, let me just check it once. What's the exact timing? It is supposed to be 6 o'clock only. Uh, what's wrong in checking it, right? Now, there's 4 minutes remaining for Canadian CPI. Will go to it very quickly. But this is also quite interesting, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Uh, Yeah, this is Wednesday, right? Second Wednesday. This one, yeah, 6 o'clock, correct? This is what it is, right? This is 6 o'clock wala candle. Uh, is the audio and video visible? If it is, if there's any trouble in that, particularly in the audio, kindly post it message on the chat box. Okay, this one is the scenario. Okay, now this one is the scenario. Okay, don't worry about the data to come out. If you have got this understanding, na, if you have got this understanding, yes, I have to wait, because market is not providing me opportunity. If you're just leaving it, just leave it, let it be. Look at the range that the market is forming. Okay, it is not moving outside of this range. It is not giving us a chance. Okay, it is just a range. What we will do in this range, we'll do this, we'll capture this one. Okay, now just a small break from this particular thing, because I suppose the Canadian CPI is about to be released along with building permits and housing permits. So we'll wait for some time. We'll put up the chart for USD CAD. Yeah. Okay, anticipation has begun. Big candles are being formed. Let us see this one instead, right? So can you guys see this particular chart? If you can see it, kindly. Okay. Okay, all good. Thank you. If you can see this chart, yeah, it's fine. These are the levels which we just shared on our group, on our Telegram group. So if you got if you want this particular levels, you can join our Telegram group as well. We have got it on uh, Market Insights as well as Vantage. So tune in for that one. Okay, these are the levels. Now these are functioning really well. Okay, these are functioning really well. Resistance here, support, whatever, whatever. Right now, up to this moment, there was not much movement. Okay, not much volatility. I would say that is why these levels are very close and pinching together. The thing is, it started from here. First move up, second move up, third move up. Now it's ranging here. It is consolidating. It is not consolidating as such, but it is facing, you know, dilemma where to go up or not because of CPI, right? Now, whether the CPI is going to come or no, what's the time? It's 1 minute remaining. Let's see. Okay, where are we? 1 minute is remaining still. Yeah, constantly speaking, that is also a huge labor, I would say. So that is a troublesome thing for those who speak for a long time, you know. So this is the scenario. Can you guys see this particular thing? 12 seconds, 10, 9, 8. This countdown has begun. Let us see what's going to happen. Overall, I expect that it will be very close to these numbers or higher, I would say. But nothing can be, you know, surely, we can conclude. We cannot conclude anything for sure. Still pending. That's the trouble, I would say. We can, however, see the impact here. There might be some impact. Instead, look at this particular window while we wait because it's still pending. Uh, okay, it has come up. It is somewhat higher when it comes to the median CPI. As I said, it is obviously a little bit higher, but the CPI month on month has come down because of the oil cuts. I would say uh, the the problem is related to the median CPI, right? So that is a troublesome issue for Canadian. This is a complete mixed data that has come out. So let us see what's the impact. Now USD is going down because somewhat CPI has sustained itself, right? Now this might is it's going down, right? So the first one is here, second support is here, right? Somewhat the data was not very clear as to what's going to happen. There will be a short term volatility in this case, but what I suggest is that not much can be expected, and wherever the market goes, you have to go along with it. If the market thinks yes, CPI is countering, we need to discount for this particular CPI, which we assume, which the market assumes is higher, then obviously the market price will come down. Okay, USD will face certain problems here as well. So if we are moving down to US dollar index, that has also come down. Okay, that has also suffered huge loss here. You can see 4%, but still the movement is good. Okay, the 5 minute candle, what will you expect, right? So this was the range that it was functioning in since this time. Okay, since it has entered around 125 today. Now it is functioning till this point, and now it has broken down quite authoritatively. But we will see whether it will continue down. It will take some support somewhere here and then move up or not. So data is something that you cannot predict exactly, what's going to happen. So overall the data was good from Canadian dollar perspective. And obviously, when we are talking about this thing, it has been combined with the building permits as well. So The building permits are also come down. That means that lower and lower demand, has pulled down the building permits as well. So that is also a factor. Okay, that is a factor, and that is basically seen in the market as well. Okay, tomorrow we will see CPI of pound. Okay, and certain other things that we discussed in this particular week. Okay, PMI Friday is going to be very good. I would say movement will be, good volatility will be there, and good movements will also be seen. Okay. Apart from that, we can expect this movement. Look at this. I was not very sure whether it will go down or not. Has recovered somewhat. Okay, we need that closing downside. Okay, whenever I say that there is a downside, we need that closing here. Okay, we don't need a candle just roaming around this area and then going up. We need a close, probably another close, then another close. That's better. Okay, when we see about our moving averages, the moving averages are also not showing something concrete here. Okay, let me just see this. If you can see the EMAs, they are playing with each other. It's not good. Okay, volatility is also shrunk a little bit. So this is the scenario overall currently in the market. Okay, this is the scenario. It has covered from here. Okay, that means USD CAD also would have covered from there. Okay, this is the scenario. Look at this. Oh no, it is moving down now. Okay, that is good. That is good enough because our level was here and it closed below this. It opened below this, and this also should cover below this only. This is the scenario. So the volatility is improving here. If you can see this particular chart, the Bollinger Band that you can see, it's opening up a little bit, right? It's opening up. That is the scenario. Yeah, support around this Bollinger Band's ka level. Okay, right, and then it is going down. Probably it is going to touch this level as well, as it has done in this particular scenario. Okay, so yes, good CPI, confusing CPI, but still the movement is there. Okay, still movement is there. It's going up now. We want a close down. Okay, let us see. Let us get out of this. Okay, probably go to Euro USD because that was quite interesting from my perspective. A lot of movements, wild movements are captured by simple setups. That is what I like. That is what I prefer, instead of going all the way into the market and trying to find out from a lot of indicators what's happening. Simple stuff, basic stuff, providing such a movement. What a lovely thing. What a lovely candle. Okay. Then again, look at this. A very long term trend line, I would say. Wait, let me delete just everything because it will create a ruckus in this particular scenario when you're pushing this side now. Those lines will appear and it will confuse you, right? So now look at this. Look how you can sustain your basically in this scenario. Look at this continuous trend line, right? Now break is not strong. Okay, the break is not strong. This break is not strong. It is somewhat on this only level. So it goes down once. It takes a dip, strong dip, may be related to a particular, I would say, this news only. It might be related to some news. 12:30 maybe something came out or something like that. Let me check first. 13th of April, Thursday, 12:30. Okay, what's the time? 13th of April, 12:30. Okay, there was 11:30 wala data, German CPI final. It's not 12:30. Okay, so might be a late impact of this because this has come out. CPI was, I suppose, lower. Yeah, let me check. It was exactly as forecasted. So Not much movement. Okay, it came down, it moved up. Let us focus on the technical aspect of it. Okay, instead of going into delving into the news wala aspect. This is the trend line. Okay, now forget everything. Draw this trend line. Okay, understand the educational aspect of it, not from the trading perspective. This is not trading. Okay, this is completely no trading at all. We have not touched anything yet. No indicator, no setup, no nothing. Just understand what I'm doing here. Understand the price action, what the price action tells you. That is way more than any indicator can ever indicate. Okay, so the price action tells you that I'm going up. No, 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 I'm not going up, I'm going down. And then I'm pushing up. Why? Because I need that push. I need people from this price wala lobby get in. Okay, they wanted the buy orders here. Okay, there might be buy orders here. It touched it and then it moved up. So it moved up, and what a movement upside. Okay, so this was scenario. This was the scenario. Okay, it's not even coming in for single window. Okay, now if you hold partial, partial cover, partial cover, and when you see all these red candles forming, you would obviously cover here. But look at this again. Again a movement upside. What a strong movement upside. And this is what happens in the market. Okay, so this is the scenario overall. Again, look at this scenario. And a simple trend line. Now this is why I like this particular thing. A simple trend line that is making a higher high, we update it. We update this to this. Okay, now we are here. Good breakout, boom. Okay, not nothing, from the perspective of education, the price action tells you everything that you need to know. Okay, that is a wild thing, because when you think about it, a lot of people focus on a lot of indicators, and they get confused about what to go, what to do, how to know for the confirmation to buy. So confirmation to buy is this only, na? Close. I already told you in the previous thing only, whether it closes upside or not. Now look at this. If this candle was a red candle and the next candle came here within this particular scenario, let us take this for example. Here, yeah. So this is a breakout, let's say. Okay, this is not a breakout. After this candle forms, I will confirm that this is not a breakout. Okay, let me show you properly. This tries to go out, fails. This is almost above the trend line, but it closes below. Closes below, closes upside, but this is not a breakout that I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is this. Okay, so understand the candles, what they say. Again, this one, if there was a red candle here like this, okay, one green candle, one red candle, then I would not have considered it a breakout. Okay, again I would have updated my trend line instead. I would have waited, because 90% of the time there is wait. Okay, only 10% of the time the chart tells you to yes trade. Okay, that 90%, if you wait in that 90%, then you understand what you were missing in life. Okay, so that is the scenario here. What happens is it moves up. Okay, it takes somewhat of a upside. Regular three candles green. What does this mean? Regularly three candles green. It is a 5 minute time frame. Those who are understanding this aspect, I'm telling to those people only. Okay, so the confirmation that you get here is the candle itself. Okay, it is the candle. What to look after the candle? Okay, what is the candle? Okay, forget candle. Okay, tell me, where will you take a trade here? This is all the 4 5 indicators mixed up. Okay, there is EMA, there is Bollinger Bands, there is everything. Where will you take a trade here? Tell me. Just tell me the time when you will take a trade. Here. Maybe this, if you are very much adventurous, this candle, or this candle, or this candle. Which candle to take? Because this EMA can come down again. That is completely up to the EMA only, na. But what is EMA made of? That is also a question. What is EMA made of? EMA is made of these candles. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay. What is the EMA made of? What is every single indicator in the market made of? It is made of open, high, low, close, and volume. Okay. If there is some funky indicator, there might be something else. Okay. But what is a good indicator made of? Price data and volume. What else? If you look at this, if it is paired with the volume data as well, it's even better. Okay. This is the scenario. It moves up, it stays above. That's a breakout. Now don't worry about this red candle. Okay, this red candle is nothing. It is going to go up. Don't worry about this red candle. Because after some time, after you run for a kilometer, you will take your breaths, deep breaths, and you will try to calm your pumping heart down. You will wait for some time now, or else you will go on running and suffer a heart attack. No, no. Probably. I'm not saying that you will suffer a heart attack. Okay, just giving you an example. Let's say there is a runner. If he runs for 5 kilometers straight, he will wait. He will probably jog for another kilometer, right? He will jog for another kilometer. He will not just run, keep on running, right? We are humans after all. And then he runs continuously. He makes a uh, strong world record, probably running 1 kilometer within 60 seconds or something like that, whatever, right? So he runs very fast, this another kilometer. Then he waits also very fast. Okay, now he cannot jog. He's sitting under the shade of a tree. Okay, then he runs, then he starts running. Okay, then again he stops out and he starts to run, and then there comes a time when there is completely an exhaustion of that particular runner, and there is exhaustion, okay, in the price action as well. When you understand this from this analogy, okay, from this example or this analogy, you understand that price action is very much human. Okay, it is as human as it can get. The market is based on a lot of factors. There are a lot of algorithmic traders, there are a lot of robots, a lot of institutional investors who are doing the trades. But after everything that there is action, and that action, that is the price action, is completely human. That's what I say, what I believe. Okay, it might not be getting into your head probably, or getting into somebody else's head, but it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. If we take another example, let's say there is no probability here. Okay, there's nothing to be done here. Let us see. What will you do in this case? What will you do? You'll take a trade. What? There has to be something, na? There has to be something, movement upside down, up down, up down. There should be something like that, na? We wait for these things. The weight is bigger. Okay. The trade is smaller, the weight is bigger. Okay. And again, I'm saying you, and multiple times this disclaimer warning is running around in the bottom, saying it is for education purposes only. Multiple people might not take it as seriously as I take it. Okay, it is for education purposes only, right? So consider it accordingly. Okay, and yeah, look at this. I'm just teaching you what the price action is telling me. Okay, what I interpret, what how I interpret the price action. uh, that is what I'm saying, correct? So this is the range. What will you do in this? What to do in this? Maybe there are factors, fundamental factors. Yes, euro is still going to go up. It is still underpriced. You are looking at RSI. You are looking at some other indicators telling you that's still oversold or something like that. Still buying it, buying it, buying it. But why to buy it here? Why not to buy in this particular case? That is also the thing. Huh? So this is the scenario, and look at this one. Okay, now this doesn't provide as much of a confirmation. This is completely news data. Okay, but still you can make a trend line here. This trend line is not very helpful here because the candles are not there. Okay, small movement is there. Okay, so even if I'm, why to just provide you some uh, toys. Okay, we need to understand what I'm doing here, right? This is not a trend line that I would basically respect or understand as something which is crucial or significant, right? I would not consider it significant. What I will consider is there is an upside move, okay, which is followed by some pattern here, and then a news data comes out. and it takes the price action down. Okay, the news data might be Friday 6 o'clock. Let's see what was it. Yeah, 6 o'clock was the core. I would say this Friday, no? Friday 4th, Friday 14. Yeah, it was basically retail sales. Okay, retail sales came out. It was negative. However, the euro came down. Euro came down and it just kept on falling. Now, if you see where we started, we ended here, right? Where we started here and we ended here. We started here, made a range here. Okay, if you have to move it upside like this, we made a range here, and then we fall out of it. Okay, what does it suggest? It suggests again a very crucial aspect of the market that I taught in the first ever session that we took on this particular channel. Okay, it was related to some theory. I'm not going to delve into that, all right, because obviously that's something, a talk of some other day. But it suggests something beautiful. This is upside. There is a consolidation, and then it moves around. Okay, it's come down, right, and now it is currently moving at this point, right, at this point. Again, this also is an upside, very good upside. We don't have to close until this movement is up. Okay, now it is not the candles are not providing anything, but what it is showing us is when to close it, when to close our trade. If we have started, let's say, if I take the help of an indicator, okay, in this upside, okay, let's put up the indicator. I will take a trade probably here or here, whenever, right? Or during this red candle, probably I will take the trade, right? This is a very good candle, green wala, because it has taken a support on this particular thing, and then it has moved up. So this wala candle is going up. I take a trade very late, although I earn all these pips, right? Again, education, don't understand this as a trading, okay? So this and this move upside, right? Now I don't have to close it, in the sense that it shows me when to close the trade. Okay, when this trend line is broken, I have to close the trade. So I will trail this particular price action. Okay, if I'm entered using any indicator. Okay, so I'm not telling you to rely completely on price action. There has to be a mix of strategies and a mix of understanding. Okay, now give me a moment. Okay, let's cheer up then. Okay, yeah, yes. So it is telling us when to close. Okay, I may use EMA, I may use RSI or MACD or a combination of a lot of indicators to jump on this train. Okay, I just want to jump on the train. That's it, nothing else. What do I want? Right, this is a train and I have to jump on this train somehow. If you catch the train at this station, at this station, at this station, doesn't matter, as long as you can go forward, not backwards. Okay, so as long as you can go up, as long as this train is on the track, this is the track. Okay, if it is on the track, you stay on the track, stay in the train. If it derails, then get out of the train as fast as possible. Okay, now this train has suffered a very big has given us a very big shouting announcement that I will derail myself. Okay, in this candle, can you see this candle? Okay, this red box may wala candle, right? Box wala candle. Look at that particular candle, right? Is it clear, Nantadini Murthy? If it is all right with you, anything remains, any other question remains, kindly post it in the chat box. If you understood, kindly post that as well. Okay, yeah. The price action gave a shouting announcement. The train gave us an announcement. Yes, I'm going down now. Okay, I'm about to derail. Okay, so what is this? A proper gravestone, 100% gravestone, right? And then the price is just it's flowing down, right? It's flowing down. It's going to flow down until and unless this is also making a very sharp, steep trend line. Okay, so that is also a possibility. So you can cover whenever you want. This is a shouting announcement. Okay, so that's how you understand the market, understand the price action. Okay, now let us clean this up. Let us go on our USDX wala thing. Euro actually we did right, so completely went out of this particular scenario, right? As I was discussing, it may reach here, it may cover from here in the, it has covered. Okay, not much because he comparatively dollar is very strong. Okay, and has continuously moved up. Now this low was actually captured by our levels completely, and this one as well, this one as well. So these ideas has to be when you're working, when you're understanding the market, you have to put up these lines and put up these everything you have to draw and stuff like that. So you are not drawing as such, you're understanding where the points of concurrence are, points of uh, resistance and supports are, right? So you're not drawing these out of blue. Okay, I'm following certain, because if you go back, there is a high here, there is a low here, that is why I've drawn this line. There is a continuous support on this line, so this line, then this one continuous resistance. Look at this, why won't I consider this level as an important level? So support here, right? So this is how you understand a high here has been made, right? This is again a triple structure, uh, triangle structure, right? This is the scenario. So a lot of things I usually say, uh, a lot of things, okay, throughout the live stream. I hope you understood getting it. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Yeah. So this is the scenario. So a lot of things I say, it is very fast and spontaneous, because I'm not reading from a script, right? I'm not going through something pre-planned, right? All of these levels also I've drawn in the morning itself or something like that. So I do prepare for the data part, but this part is completely spontaneous. It has to be from your understanding of the market. Okay, it has to be from the understanding of the theories and the market biases that is functioning in the market right now. Look at this range, for example, understand this. Ignore this background that is already orange. Okay, that is because of some other things. It might look as if it's very weird, but ignore it for some time. Okay, let's change the background for some time. It's just making it look weird. This is the range. Okay, this is the range. Okay, it has worked in this range for very long. Okay, the price action itself, this range was continuously tested, and then when it broke down, it took the first support it can find, took the first resistance that it can find. Okay, now if we stretch this, we'll see that there's a resistance here, right? Came down, went into the range again, fought for this particular support, fought for this particular resistance, right? Fought with it, then it went out. Now because of the data that has come out, there is higher volatility, and just you can't make sense of this, right? I don't think so. Despite the ideas that we are sharing here, we can make sense of this right now or not, right? However, these levels are providing still, they are giving us some idea where the next stop is going to be, right? First stop was here. However, we need to update these lines then accordingly, right? This is the line here, so it is moving up, but it doesn't make sense because we have already drawn it from a past perspective, right? We have to stay with our strategy, we don't have to move from our strategy. Okay, this is the scenario, it is facing a resistance here, right? No matter what you do, the lines are always going to help you. Okay, the drawings that you do, the ideas that you put up, yeah, all these, and the chart and the price action, everything is going to assimilate at one point, and when you get to that point, you will understand it from a wholesome perspective. So this was our idea for today. However, there was higher volatility, there was not much to go around. and obviously because of a mixed Canadian signal, mixed Canadian CPI signal, that is why somewhat we are facing of a, somewhat of an indecision here, right? So indecision is here, and yeah, that's it, I would say, for today. I was feeling quite low today, so thank you for joining in and being very patient listeners. For those who have joined this as a recorded session, try to remain calm and try to understand what I'm trying to say, because a lot of people focus on indicators. I don't usually do it. uh, I consider that indicators are secondary. What is primary, that has to be primary source of information, that needs to be given the due importance and significance, and that's what we do here. Up again, the same thing, same for education purposes only, don't take it otherwise. Okay, and don't go here and there. Okay, thank you very much. Nandini and others have joined in. We will continue next time. Until then, happy learning. Okay, take care everyone.